started out by owing our allegiance to the Democrats because they freed us. Okay, all right. Then when we jumped out there to compete, we couldn't compete. Rightly so, because we didn't have the education. We'd never done these things before. That's what the whole book is about. Unwitting pioneer. Okay, we haven't done all. My generation was the first one to get out there and do things. Okay, and so yeah, we needed some help here and there. All right, but don't try to tell me that I'm inferior and therefore and I'm dependent on the government. Okay, for my welfare, if you will. Okay, and so I don't like that whole thing. It starts off with the assumption that I can't compete out there. Okay, and to me that's offensive. All right.
Now, who are you saying is saying that? No, I'm only asking because I'm trying to understand. I didn't understand.
If black folk start, we are willing to compromise things like our Christian values.
Yes.
Okay. For the sake of politics.
Right.
All right. Now, when we get to that point, okay, that's really offensive to you.
Same.
Okay. All right. There's no way in the world I can. When he starts, every time he talks, he got to have. I mean, all the stuff is so staged and so.
Who, Obama?
I'm talking about the speech.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
I mean some of the things, and he has enough heart-warming stuff in there. Okay, so you don't get mad. Okay?
Yeah.
But he insists that gay marriage, okay, is comparable to heterosexual marriage.
Yeah.
Okay. When that's offensive to me, and quite frankly, it's offensive to most Americans. All right. The way that whole thing got going is that the Supreme Court was stacked. I mean, if it was one vote, one person could have shifted the whole thing the other way. Okay. So, and now we're falling in line with the TV, these programs that we look at all the time. That you see so much of it now, it's just part of a program now. There ain't many programs now that don't have a gay couple or something.
Well, you don't think that homosexual people need representation as well?
I didn't say anything about representation.
Well, I mean, that's why they're honestly, that's why I think that it's in so much of our TV now, because it wasn't like that before. The more that the agenda was being pushed.
Okay. What I'm offensive about, and I don't mind, what I'm offensive about is the propaganda. Okay. All right. And I respect the president now with all George Bush's issues with getting us in wars and all that stuff and so forth and so on. George Bush wasn't afraid to say, talk about his prayer. Wasn't afraid to talk about church. We getting stuff in the. I'm getting stuff in the mail now where. Let me be clear. As far as gay folk are concerned, I don't have a problem with their whatever they want to do. Okay? I just have a problem with, don't put that in my face. You know what I'm saying? All right? Just don't put it, and I expect them to have the same rights that anybody else has, okay? But when it starts talking about, to me, some fundamental things, see, even though we talk about everybody equal and so forth and so on, this country was fundamentally built on Judeo-Christian values.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, go back and look at all the early papers.
Yeah, I
and
understand.
everything.
That was honestly the whole push for gay marriage and all that. I honestly fault the government for that because before.
Now, who is the government? When you said government?
Yeah, who is the government?
I mean, who is the government? The American government. What other
Oh, when you
government?
say fault, I mean, they're.
Because before homosexual people or the
Are you
LGBTQ.
taping this?
Yes, I am.
Oh, man.
Oh, you are?
You're not in it. Yes.
What?
Just be
You
no.
have that in the background?
You are now because you're being extra loud.
All right, well, I'll keep it down.
Right. Before the LGBTQ community was pushing for gay marriage, they were just pushing for rights.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
were pushing for
Yeah.
being able to
Yeah.
have the same
Okay.
kinds of things, like like partners. If before gay marriage was a thing,
I have a problem with that.
yeah, but that's
If
the
they want to have, what that was a word they used.
um
Hey, Winston. A significant. Oh, watch out, Winston.
dang, what's the word? I know what you're
A
talking.
significant other, what do they call it? And
Life partner?
Life partner,
and
yeah.
the government recognizes that. I don't have a problem with that.
That's what they wanted it at first,
I
when the
never had a problem
government
with that.
wouldn't recognize that.
I
So
never
they
have a problem with that.
right.
Okay. But when you call it marriage,
That is the government's fault
well, when you say it's the government.
because the government would not give them.
Obama is the government.
Yeah, he is now, but
he
he.
sets all the policies.
Yeah, but before Obama wasn't. This was an issue before Obama was even in
But
office.
the point is, the recognition of gay marriage was doing his thing.
Yes,
And every time he said something, he got to put something in there about lesbians.
because this is the
LGBT,
society we live in. You like.
That doesn't make it right. And
I'm not saying it makes it right.
And I don't have to
No one's
accept
no,
everything.
No one's saying that I don't accept everything.
Okay.
No one's saying that you have to accept everything ever at all. That's
Yeah.
that's not the conversation.
Yeah.
The conversation is the society.
Good Lord, man, where all that good popcorn come from?
It's just a
a
bag
bag.
of popcorn.
Oh, you want some?
No, I can't eat it. The conversation is about. God, now I forgot. Like, how did the conversation started just being about politics, about capitalism and socialism. So we were really talking about the what's wrong with the rich? Yeah,
We're
what
really talking what's his face? What's the guy name?
Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Now let me
What's
say
the-
this.
what's your-
the
what's
thing
your-
the thing I like about Bernie, I think Bernie, you know where he's coming from,
Yeah.
okay? And I don't get a sense of a lot of phoniness and, setting up stuff and having a script and having the right thing to say, trying to be something you aren't. Bernie, what you see is what you get,
Right.
and I respect that.
So do I, which is why
Believe
I'm
me, I
voting for
respect
him.
that. And to a certain extent, even though I disagree with the stuff he says, I respect what's his face?
Ew.
Trump.
Please, oh God.
Well, I'm just telling you, okay, all right? Because, and that's why Trump, the woman, Ben Carson, and who's the other one? Oh, what's his name? From Texas.
The one with the Hispanic one, or
Yeah,
Mexican?
Cruz.
Yeah,
Okay.
Ted Cruz.
That's why those folk are way up in the polls.
Yeah.
Okay, all right? Because people.
Winston, put that down. Get that from him.
Give me that. Give it. Because people are tired of all the phoniness.
Yeah.
and the
That's
lies.
why I can't support Hillary, because she can't keep her story straight.
I know.
She doesn't know how to, like, 'cause she sways the moment the wind blows.
That's right.
Like, whatever the
by the
crowd
way,
seems to
by
be
the way,
leaning towards.
Most politicians do.
I know, which is why I've, like, before Obama
And
was.
Obama.
The way he was
He's a
before he
good-
was in office
he's
is
a
totally
good
different from how he
politician.
is now.
Right. They become, at a certain point, they become professional politicians.
Yeah.
And professional politicians mean do a lot of talking and don't say anything.
Yeah.
Or if you got to say something, state two positions. Well, we need some of this over here, but we need to have some of this over here too.
Right.
And I'm for us all getting along. What? Well, what's your position?
Right.
Well, it depends. And if something up here,
Well, the thing, I mean, like, honestly, this is why I could never be a politician. The thing is,
That's
you
why I'm
can't.
not a politician.
Exactly. You can't just be like, well, this is how I'm going to be, and this is how things are going to be, because you live in America.
That's correct.
We have way too many people thinking way too many different things, and you have to think about the majority. Unfortunately.
No, not necessarily.
Not necessarily. What do you
The
mean?
reason why I say that is because, to me, an honest politician stands for something.
An honest one, yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, stop. And he has commitment. He has allegiance. He has core beliefs. Okay, and he sells what he stands for. Okay, the classic run-of-the-mill politician up there. You know what they stand for? Well, it depends. I have to go back and check on my constituency. It's like, which way the wind is blowing? What do you think? Well, let me go test the winds and see. Okay, let me see what the polls say. So forth and so on. Okay, and so they're not voting from their hearts and for what they believe. Okay, they are voting which way or which decision is more politically expedient.
Right. Which
Okay.
will gain him more favor.
That's
Him
correct.
or her.
That's correct. The true politician leads, okay, as well as, okay, all right. I want to say a true politician, the kind of politician that I look forward to.
Yeah.
Okay, one that can lead.
Like Obama, right?
Now, one thing I can say about Obama. Well, it wasn't clear when he first got in where he stood on a lot of stuff. It's clear now.
Yeah.
And one thing's for sure, he did an eloquent job of describing who he is.
I agree.
Okay, all right. Whether you like it or not, okay, it was elegant.
Yeah.
It was elegant.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's good. He's a great politician. Well, obviously he had to be good to be elected. Okay.
Of course.
And remember, he beat Hillary.
Yeah.
And remember, he started off way behind, if you recall. I don't know if you were old enough to know what was going on.
No.
Right.
I followed everything.
Right.
He is the only reason I am interested in politics as of now.
Yeah.
Like, he was put in office when I was 10. I've followed Obama since what? 5th grade is when he. Yeah, 5th grade is
That would have
when.
been 7 years ago. So 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. So you're 12th grade now?
Yeah, he's the only reason why I started liking politics. I actually would get in trouble in 6th grade for debating in the back of the class during social studies because McCain and Obama were running against each other. And there's this boy in my class named Tanner, and he was totally for McCain.
Totally RN.
Yeah, he was like, McCain is for the country. McCain knows the hearts of the people. And I was like, bro.
That's whatever floats your boat.
Right, I was like, you can say that all you want.
Marshall was all in love McCain too.
Bro, you don't know well.
Oh, man. Everyone was so surprised when I said, like, when I was in 6th grade, and they were like, why do you want Obama? Why don't you want Hillary? And I was like, I don't know. Something about Hillary just doesn't sound right. I hadn't even been paying attention to Hillary, and she just didn't even look like the right candidate to me.
The other problem we have is the cost of running for president, which means that all those folk out there, except Trump, and I think that's another reason why people like Trump, they're dependent on and beholden to, I don't care what folks say. Somebody has a fundraiser for you and raised $10 million.
Who did that?
No, I'm just saying. You gonna listen to him. He's gonna have, anytime he calls, you gonna speak to him.
Right.
Okay, all right. So all of these guys, in order to get elected, got to have these financial backers.
Yeah.
And those financial backers have their interests. Otherwise, they wouldn't contribute those dollars. Now, there's a book back there on, I forgot what the title, but it's about the Clintons and where all their money came from.
Mm-hmm.
You do know that they were just regular people,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden now, they were $300-400 million.
I know. That's what I've been so confused. I'm like, where?
You know, what the book back
How?
there? You got the book back there. Okay.
What's it called?
I think it's where the Clintons got their money or something. And it's about this foundation. And what's his face? The guy, Bill, okay, would go make speeches and get $40,000-50,000.
Oh, so like what Bruce did, like making appearances and then getting paid just to talk?
Yeah. People go over in Saudi Arabia and all those oil-rich countries over there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, those people got big time money. You know,
Right.
writing a check for $1 million is no big deal. Okay. And they would make contributions to this foundation. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he does a little stuff with it when they did the Haiti thing.
Yeah.
He went down there and contributed a little money, so on and so on.
So inspiring.
But compared to the millions of dollars that he's sitting on this so-called non-profit foundation,
Right.
which means there's no taxes
Uh-huh.
on the
Proceeds?
on the interest, because it sits up and generates all this interest. So, you know, that's tainted.
Mm-hmm.
That whole Benghazi thing, you know, is tainted. Okay, that was a setup.
Yeah.
Hillary was involved.
I know.
All this stuff about the email thing, like if she playing so dumb,
I
didn't know
still
it,
don't understand. Like, that's just a ploy.
I know.
Her putting her emails out there doesn't make her look like an angel. Like, girl, you're not fooling anybody.
But just like you got a whole lot of people love Trump, there's a whole lot of people out there that love Hillary.
Oh, I know. She really thinks she's doing something by like
And that-
playing like she's cool with my generation. Like no one likes you. I mean, older people may like her, but for us, at least most teenagers I know, because a lot of us have been trying to get more into politics and understanding who the candidates are and what they actually support and what they supported in their past. Sorry, the dog is attacking me. Move, Winston. Good God. It's hard to support someone when you can find facts or proof of them not supporting the things that they claim to support now. Like, you can't hop on the bandwagon just because it's cool now, you know? You can't just think you're gonna support all this great stuff and act like nobody remembers what you said in the past. The one thing that I love the most about Bernie Sanders is it doesn't matter how far back you go in his political career and just to him being a young man just living, he has always supported the same stuff. Now, do I support his stance on pro-choice? It's not my favorite, but everything else checks off boxes for me, you know? Like, I agree with the majority of what he stands for. I can't say that about the other candidates. There's just too much wrongness. Too much inconsistency. He's been bucking the dog all day. He was popping him. He was scaring
Popping
him.
him is locking
He's
him.
a baby. He is a baby. He's only 2.
What's wrong with flashing?
You don't even do that to children. Direct light in the eyes is not good. Abusing the child. Winston, are you okay?
You still have those wild animals downstairs?
What? My cats, they're not wild animals. Well, I mean, not.
Technically, yeah.
Never mind.
It's like
Okay,
it's
well,
like a tiger.
Nala is a leopard, a Bengal leopard, and Grady is a rescue. But she's pedigree. She's an American Shorthair.
They don't need to go back to maybe the zoo or something?
Why would we take them to their domesticated?
Oh, they're domesticated. Have you said anything to them ever since I've been here?
What do you mean? I sleep with them every night.
No, I'm talking about right now. I've been here for 3 hours.
And I've been downstairs.
No, you haven't.
I've been downstairs all day. I came upstairs literally 5 minutes before you walked in the door.
Oh. Those poor dogs.
No.
Those poor dogs, they're
No.
cats.
Cats, dogs.
They're not the same.
Same old.
A dog in no way is like a cat, Uncle Brian.
But those wild animals, they need attention too.
They get attention all day.
Okay, alright.
This one is the one that's demanding of all attention. I can't even walk past Poppy without him barking at me. He's fine now because I've been in the living room for so long, but let me walk away for 10 minutes and then come back to the stairs. He will freak out. Like he's Poppy's protector or something.
He thinks he is.
He really does. He thinks he's
following
actually...
every place.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a bodyguard.
You get like within 5 feet of him, he's growling at you like he's about to rip your face off or something. But ain't nobody...
When I came in, he thought I was you for a second. He's like, why is he peppering my butt like that?
You did better, didn't you?
I was beating his butt a little bit.
You just smelled that Isla DNA, didn't you?
I was beating his butt a little bit and everything. He's like, why are you
He
beating
was
my
horrible.
butt?
He was
Why?
popping Winston.
I was popping him in the rear end.
And Winston was terrified. Like he was, Poppy, it got so bad that he actually ran to Mimi.
He's like,
Of all people.
Why is the hand that feeds me beating my butt?
Well, this one beats him too.
Oh, you beat him? Oh.
No, okay. Story
Your
time.
mother keep talking
Story
about
time.
Wow.
Story time.
Whenever there's a little bit of number 2 on the floor, you better believe.
Look, I can't
Because I
even.
remember when he used to do that with the original Winston.
I can't even remember
Whenever there
exactly.
would be a little bit of a number 2 on the floor, it would be like, all right, get your nose in there. Get your nose in there.
Let me
Get
tell
your
you.
hand together.
He is never,
Don't you ever.
See, he doesn't do it with his hand. He uses a newspaper.
That's what you're supposed to do.
But it's still scary. Winston
That's
ran
what
away.
you're supposed to do. You want supposed to
No,
get his
you're not
attention.
supposed to
That's all.
hit the dog. No, you're supposed to tap him on the nose like that.
No.
Oh, that dog's not going to understand.
No, you
Right
tell
or wrong.
you tell them to go to their pen. You put them on
There's a dog
punishment.
we're talking about.
Yeah, but you put them on punishment.
Let me show you this. All you got to do.
No.
Are you going to show? You
What?
gonna,
No.
you gonna show-
No.
What?
See, look at my baby.
See, watch it.
No.
This is all you got
Look
to do.
at him.
Watch this.
He's terrified already. Look at him. No, that's not what you do.
Winston, you know I'm just playing, boy.
Winston
That
Winston
dog
ran
is
away for
scared straight. He's like, I'm not gonna do anything else wrong the rest of the evening.
Winnie ran away for about an hour a couple days ago, and they were looking all in the dark for him because Poppy let him out when it was dark outside. Because that's the only time he can go out. If it's daytime, he sees too much.
Oh.
He gets distracted.
Oh.
He wants to play with everyone.
Jumps in the lake.
Yeah. No, not the lake. He'll go to other people's houses and like potty in their
around with the
yard
dogs.
and whatnot. Yeah. So we let him out at nighttime. He ran away. He was missing for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
When he came back, he came up the stairs.
The beatings commenced.
No, mommy was like, Winston, come here. And she like reached out to him and he like turned away because he thought that he's about to get a beating. That's not how dogs are supposed to be. You shouldn't train up a dog in fear of your, like.
And this dog act like he feels me.
He did when he
Does
came,
he act like he feels me?
not when you're not spanking him.
Ooh.
Do you remember that one time that he wasn't talking or he wasn't like sitting around you for about a good 3 hours? He was in his pen. Usually when this pen is open, because we leave it open every night,
Goes in there and
he was in there sulking and he was sad and he didn't want to be around Poppy because Poppy beat the snot out of his pen.
Oh man.
You popped the mess out of him with the newspaper and you scared him. And he was not happy.
Hey, we might have to turn him in.
Right. You don't do that to puppies. He's a baby. He doesn't know what he knows, but he doesn't understand.
Winston. Have I ever popped you? Huh?
He can't talk.
Have you ever been afraid of me? See that?
See what? He just licked his mouth.
Yes, the dog.
No,
He
it
wants
doesn't.
to make sure that he has food in his bowl the next time he's hungry.
But
That's
you
what
gotta
he's
be
trying to do.
sweet with the baby. He's really a
What did
baby.
you do? What did you do to the DirecTV? Did
It's
you mess
just
it up?
it's just updating. There he goes. See, this is what I'm saying. You can't walk past him.
Did Marshall see how the dog was with Brian?
Yeah.
What? That the dog was
Terrified of you.
terrified.
And he was popping him.
Your daughter down here telling Brian that I abused my dog.
You have.
Oh,
What I say? What I say?
He beat that dog so bad.
come
Winston,
on.
What I
Don't
say?
do that.
Whatever. Winston would not go to him for a whole day.
Ah.
And Marshall is Winston's favorite.
I rest my case.
But today when Brian came in, Brian was pretending to pop him, and he was beating him on the booty. And Winston wouldn't come to him. He was backing up between my legs.
He thought there was a switcheroo.
Yeah, he thought you were him.
Yeah,
You could
'cause
tell he thought Brian was you.
I was
but
saying some things like, hey, get her, like that.
Poppy doesn't talk like that.
Poppy doesn't sound like
No.
that at all.
Is that better?
No. I don't know who you sound.
Is that better?
You sound like a confused who.
When Winston ran away last week, I had to make Poppy promise to not spank the dog. And he didn't spank him. And Winston, when he came back, he knew he might get one. Because when I was outside with the flashlight, I couldn't find him. He was gone for what, over an hour, Marshall? And when I went down the stairs and I was like, man, we're never gonna see this dog again. I turned around and he came from out of this backyard. And I said, Winston. And he put his head down. I said, come on. And I came up the steps and he would not follow me.
Wow.
And when he finally came in, I was like, you know. And he backed up the same way he did with you today. Because he thought he was going to get spanking.
Well, I mean, he needs to spank it.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
he
That's
doesn't
not
need
how
to
you
spank.
treat puppies.
Well,
No, it's not a puppy. That's not how you treat animals.
if
Yeah.
he does a number 2 in here one more time.
He's only done a number 2 in the house 3 times in his whole life.
Oh, that's it? Okay.
He had
Yes.
diarrhea.
Yeah. Do you remember that one time?
I was here.
Oh
I
my
was here
gosh, that
when
was
in it.
horrible.
Yeah,
But that
doesn't
wasn't-
count. It's
yeah.
because people were
He
giving
was
him
sick.
food.
He was
Yeah,
sick.
Poppy. That's because you were feeding him popcorn and pretzels
And
and
also-
potato chips and
He doesn't
peanuts.
like it when you tell him stuff he doesn't do right.
Oh well.
Tell him only the stuff
Wait,
he
does that
does.
get him sick?
Yes.
All that stuff?
Yes, he has a very sensitive stomach. He can't even eat broccoli.
Should have told me that.
What'd you give him?
What
I
you
gave
give?
him a couple of.
No, you gave him popcorn?
A little bit.
Oh my gosh.
No, a little bit of popcorn will upset his stomach.
But
Like
it's kettle
3
corn. It's not
popcorn.
normal. It's
Oh,
it's kettle corn.
Kettle corn is
He's had kettle corn.
But it's messed up his tummy.
so ferocious. You're so ferocious. Sorry. What are you growling about?
I know.
Is he crazy or what?
What, this show, the movie is funny.
All right.
Chris Farley. You never seen this? Have you seen it? Yeah, you have.
All right. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
I'll take a close-up picture of my face after I finish making this movie. Wow, my hands are shaking. Ooh, Deanna.